Hello and welcome to Rev Sports 5 at 5, but it's 12:30 here, and you can clearly see it's very hot, bright, sunny. And in fact, a bus just left, which was the team bus. Rohit is actually sending the team departure visuals. Indian team has just departed for Cardiff. Um, well, of course, yesterday India won in Edgbaston, and now it's on to Cardiff. Out of the three sorry, not test match, I'm still at Lords probably. That's why that test match, three match series, 1-0 up. They'll be traveling to Cardiff. They have just left. In fact, as we speak, we are standing right in front of Hyatt Regency, Birmingham, which is where the Indian team was staying. And now, of course, as you can see, the fans with their, autographs, and I don't think they got photographs much, but yes, autographs definitely. And behind me, of course, is Rohit, who was recording all the departure visuals. He's sending it to the group, and in fact, Nobanil will show you the visuals once he has all of them. But well, the last time I went to Sophia Gardens, Cardiff, of course, was for the T20 World Cup women's warm-up games and the practice sessions. It isn't a huge ground. And if you have been part of, Snehashish in my life, then you would completely be aware of the fact that police vehicles, fire vehicles, somehow they end up going right when we start, the live. Update on Captain Gill, Rohit? Gill was walking normally?
Yeah. It was normal walk, and as Boryada also told in day before yesterday, not day before yesterday. It's yesterday. It was the game. So yeah, yesterday he also had some word, with his sources, and they confirmed them that Shubman Gill is good. He was there also when the presentation happened. He was looking good. The handshake ceremony, he looked good. Today also, we have the visual also. So I think in a matter of time you'll see the visuals also there. So yeah, Shubman Gill is looking all good, all fit, and I don't think that there will be any kind of doubt in his presence in that Cardiff ODI. Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons, and this is what I was also saying. My assessment was one of the reasons he walked off at that point was because not, the match somehow was in our control. There was a lot of batting to go, and he did not want to convert the cramp into an injury.
Yes.
Because what happens when you are already cramping, you force that. Yes, in a situation where the match would have been, if it had been tougher, I'm quite sure Shubman would have come out to bat as well. So that is how update on Gurnur Brar.
I don't think with Gurnur Brar there is any kind of doubts. Yes, when he was bowling during the time, it was looking like that he need a couple of sessions with the physio at particularly at that point of time. But again, when you saw him after the game today, he was the first one after the bus, as far as players are concerned. So I don't think that there was any kind of doubt over his availability also. He looked good, he bowled well, couple of overs, went expensive, but then obviously captain and the team management shown that kind of trust in him, that why we want you into the scheme of things. Firstly, obviously, we all saw that the kind of bounce he was getting. Obviously, it was a wicket which was quite two-pace kind of a wicket where some balls were sticking down. There were a couple of balls which Rahul, it was not the right kind of keeping at the very start from KL Rahul also. And we were thinking that what happened to him is that all about that he's coming to the ODI setup after so long, and not in a practice kind of thing. So I think that was the one reason, but I don't think that was the most important reason. It was sometime the kind of bounce when it just bounces in front of him. I think that was the main reason when I saw the replay later in the evening. So that was one thing I think when you talk about Gurnur Brar. So in that kind of a wicket, the kind of help he is getting, by bouncing it 6 to 8 meters length, I think that was the major factor. So Gurnur Brar, I don't think there is any kind of problem. But then you have to see that pacers wise you're looking good. But the guy who's sitting out at this point of time is Arshdeep Singh,
Yes.
who did nothing wrong. So yeah. and Prasidh Krishna obviously picking up those 2 wickets. So Prasidh picked up wickets. Gurnur looked good. Bumrah, we can't question anything, and he is again looking sharp today also. But I think for me, if they want to change anything, they will do it in Lords. We'll see the result also what happened in Cardiff. But yeah, as per everything which gone by just now, I think Gurnur looked really well, Trisha.
Absolutely. Have you sent on the visuals?
Yeah. Already it's going.
Well, Neil, if you can start playing some of the visuals at least.
I think Neil is saying that StreamYard is putting him out of the show,
StreamYard is
kicking him out of the show. Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what exactly he's saying. But yeah, it's a couple of hour journey from here, more than a couple of hour rather, and it's obviously we all know the match in Cardiff will going to be a decider as far as India is concerned. For England, obviously, if they lose that one, rather it will be a decider for English team, because if they lose this game, series will be done and dusted. It's a 3-match series. We all know that, and after that, it will be the mega game in Lords, and we all know that in any case this will be the last for this duo as far as England is concerned. We talked a lot about in Australia also. They obviously said it at the post-match presentation with Adam Gilchrist standing right by the side of Ravi Shastri, and they said it that thank you Australia, because that was their last ODI series there. So I think Lords again will witness the last of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as far as the ODI leg in England is concerned. Obviously they'll play after that also in different parts of the world, but for England that's a ciao, goodbye, sayonara from Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma.
Absolutely, and I think it will be significant. Lords is witnessing one history after the other.
Yeah, you've been part of one.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. How's the grass feel?
Oh, the grass. It has a different.
It's
feeling.
A different grass.
Yeah. And you know what? I have actually taken a picture somewhere. They had marked a T. So I have taken a. I don't know. There was a marking of T.
Okay.
I have no idea what that meant, but T, of course, is my
Trisha.
T for Trisha. Yeah. So I've taken that picture. But when you touch the grass, it's actually a very, very different feeling. I can't tell you about the quality of the grass. That would be there you go. That's Gurnur Brar.
Yeah, the first
and the first one to come. But initially, I think the support staff came out first.
Yeah, that means that's the part of regular drills. We all know that players are your,
and there were quite a few fans here.
Yeah, there are a lot of fans, and that's why the security, top security. We see that in every part of the world, wherever we go. This Indian team, wherever the Indian diaspora is, they gather together. They came out of hotel. There were very few places, where I seen just 5 or 6 people. Like I remember in Trent Bridge, I think nobody knows that where team is staying, and nobody knows what time they are leaving. But this is obviously the city center. Yeah. This is the hub. So I don't think that and people knew about this place from the very start, because whenever you ask anyone, and they know this, means if there is a tour in 2028, they'll again tell you that Team India will stay here, because we all know that there are some specific areas where teams stay. There's they won't change it every time they come here. So like in Manchester also, women's team stayed somewhere else, but the men's team there's a particular place they stay in since 2019, what I'm hearing.
Right.
So I think people knew about this place, and then obviously they have the biggest players of the game, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. And Rohit, you know the story. He tricked each one of them.
Yes.
So the entry is on the our left side, and Rohit came from the right side. And everyone was looking for the players from the entry door. And Rohit calmly walked. At least I think till this point, nobody knew. And Trisha in his own phone call, and she was saying that it's Rohit Sharma coming. What happened there? What happened there?
So basically, I was talking on the phone, and I suddenly turned, and I was like, Rohit Sharma? Exactly. I mean, Rohit. No, first it came to my mind that Rohit, but my entire point was they were going from that side.
Yeah.
So I just looked at him, and he just walked.
Maybe he came
calmly.
to just meet me.
Wish. Yeah. But yeah, he just walked calmly, and then when he reached here, somebody recognized him, so he just walked. But till here, he was walking as if, and it was well planned, because he kind of looked at his friends. I think they were his friends. He just looked at his friends and kind of gave a cheeky smile that,
and goodbye.
Exactly. So I think Rohit planned that well.
Yeah, he planned that really well, and he is one of them, who does this cheeky kind of things, be it the press conference, be it the cricket ground, be it and I thought he forgot something, because it's if you're covering this Indian cricket team
Yeah.
from long, you know that Rohit Sharma is someone who you have to keep an eye on, because he's the one, multiple times he has done that he's in the bus and suddenly, he think of that I left something, maybe a passport, maybe an engagement ring, maybe sometime the glasses, maybe sometime the cap he wears.
Yeah.
So there are multiple things he forgot, either in the team hotel or in means anywhere.
Yeah.
And then he has to rush back, or some of the support staff guy come and then he say that Rohit bhai, ye raha aapka passport. So yeah, that's the typical Rohit Sharma kind of story. But as we are uh, trying to give you that what exactly you know happened here as far as the game last evening is concerned. And then obviously Team India already off to Cardiff. I think, Trisha, the main thing from now here onwards is that will they seal the victory as far as Cardiff is concerned, because it's not going to be easy. This
Yeah.
English team will bounce back. They had a good record as far as the bilateral series are concerned, the matches are concerned, and we all know, either a Ben Stokes or a Brendan McCullum in red ball cricket, and then Harry Brook and
Baz.
Brendan McCullum in white ball cricket. It's a completely different gravy altogether. You see them in white ball, and they are a completely different team. Heavy batting, good bowlers, their conditions, they will, I think, bounce back and bounce back hard.
Yes, definitely. And, it'll be interesting to. The other part is Cardiff seems to be a little bit of a spongy bounce wicket. So maybe even their spinners will come into play, because I thought they read this pitch a little wrong. They played one too many spinners, for me at least. But Cardiff, this playing 11 could actually be pretty dangerous. And look, you're not going to get Harry Brook on not every single day. They
Sure.
will definitely bounce back. And England will be, kind of desperate also to prove a little bit of a point. Especially the coach has a lot to prove. Recently he resigned, they sacked, whatever the story is. He lost that red ball format. White ball is something that he has clearly said that the ODI team is not settled yet, so that is also something that must be running through his mind, and all the more reason that they would want a win in their backyard.
Yeah, and I think one more important thing is, the kind of high they had after that T20 means they
Yes.
didn't give the Indian cricket team an inch as far as the
Yeah.
bounce back theory is concerned. That can they come into the game? No, they can't. And back to back wins with the similar kind of strategy, similar kind of plan. Yesterday, when I was there in the game, I saw Harry Brook. He was not able to plan that well as far as T20
Yes.
cricket is concerned, because the partnership specifically between Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer. Yes, Shreyas Iyer was there in the T20 format also, and he was your major run scorer.
Correct.
But when it comes down to Shubman and Shreyas, that 101 run stand, I think he tried multiple times to put the ball a little shorter.
Yeah.
There was a gully also, there was a deep third also. So he's trying to be aggressive and defensive at the same time. But the way they kept on hitting them down the ground rather than taking the aerial route, I think that's where the key is all about. So sometimes, I was having this chat with Bureda, and he's also saying this, that he written an article over it also, that Shubman Gill in T20 cricket. So not every time when you are playing in subcontinent conditions, you want 225, 250,
Correct.
but not every part of the world demands similar kind of scores. One here, if you see the T20 series here, they only crossed 200 just once, and that's not 225. That's only again early to 210s. So my only point is that not every part of the world situation demands that 225 score or 225.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's also about
cannot
180.
absolutely. You cannot hit the ball out of the park in every single pitch.
Yes.
Everywhere around the
And
world.
that's what Virat Kohli demonstrated in that Barbados final.
Correct.
2024.
Correct.
That sometimes a strike rate of 130, 135 is equally good as a 237 strike rate, because the conditions and the situation demand that, or rather better. The 137 or 140 strike rate is better than the 237 strike rate, because that is giving you the game. And what game? It's the final. So for me, that's a very important part of including, a Shubman Gill into the ODI setup will give you a lot of calmness around him. Similar thing with Virat Kohli. And at this point of time, India should feel lucky. And why so? Because there are very few players who know the pace of the ODI cricket.
Yes.
and India have those kind of players. When you talk about a
Correct.
Virat Kohli,
Correct.
he is obviously at the very top. When you know that how to make runs, what should be the pace of those runs as far as ODI cricket is concerned. T20 cricket, you have to go at one pace if it's a pata wicket. But T20 ODI cricket, you have to build your innings, and Virat Kohli is a master of that. Similar thing, Shubman Gill. Similar thing, Shreyas Iyer. Ruturaj Gaikwad, who's not part of the squad at this point of time. He's again the similar kind of player.
Yeah.
So there are multiple players. Like I think in women's cricket, Smriti knows it really well, that how you can pace the innings. You can question the strike rate part in the T20I format,
Yes.
not in the ODI part, that how she should go about scoring runs. So there are
Absolutely.
certain players and certain formats suit them, and that suits them, and that's what I think Shubman Gill brings to this team, and that's why that captaincy thing also, Trisha, that give you a lot of calmness. And similar thing done by Akshar Patel. Akshar
Yes.
Patel in rather a proactive manner,
Yeah.
because to take on a Jofra Archer and hitting him boundaries, scoring good runs
Yeah,
against
I
him.
thought he actually surprised the England bowlers
Exactly.
because they were somehow trying
Counter-attack.
to. Yes, they were somehow trying to settle in, and they thought that India will take the match deep. But he took the match by the scruff of the neck and started attacking them. And suddenly, when you attack a Jofra Archer, you have already dented the English lineup, because he clearly is in a different standard, and the rest of the English bowlers are at least one and a half notch lower.
Yes, and the thing is that with that Akshar Patel kind of thing, when you have a best bowling figures in ODI, which he got yesterday, and then with that kind of a finish, it gives you a hell lot of a confidence.
Correct.
You see a Ravindra Jadeja at this point of time, and you kept on asking that, is Jadeja out of the selection calls? He was not there in Australia, he was not there in England. That means you are not thinking of a Ravindra Jadeja. However, multiple times it's been asked from Ajit Agarkar, the chairman selector, that what for Ravindra Jadeja. And he kept on saying that we are trying other players. So if you're trying Akshar Patel and he's kept on performing, how will you bring back a Ravindra Jadeja? There's no chance to bring back a Ravindra Jadeja from there. So my only point is that the kind of innings he has played and the kind of innings our blue-eyed boy has played, Washington Sundar. Remember, he's the last one to leave the hotel.
Yes.
And he has that bat in his hand. So he is trying to tell you, he's the only one, not even Virat, not even Rohit, not even a Shubman Gill, not even a Shreyas Iyer. It's Washington Sundar who's carrying a bat just in his hand. So he don't want to put that bat even in the kit where it's the safest. So talwar ko to mayan mein hi rakhoge na, lekin wo haath mein lekar chal rahe. That's Washington Sundar for you. And that's why, the kind of performance he had, the kind of, performance Akshar Patel had, I think it gives this team a lot of confidence around these two, that there are a lot of questions around your middle order and lower middle order in T20 cricket, that who could finish games for Indian cricket. But now in ODI cricket, and that's why I think it gives the confidence to Shubman also, that because he was looking very good at that point of time. He's looking good for 100.
Yeah.
In 2023, I remember he left in similar kind of scenarios where it's not feeling well. Neck spasm, we all know the test match in Eden Garden. If he was there, I'm damn sure that India could win that one there.
Yeah.
Even when I was in Kandy 2024, I'm talking about the first assignment of Gautam Gambhir. He missed the first game and he was the vice captain then. So he missed the game because of neck spasm. So in last couple of years, if you see, dengue, we all remember it was really bad for him in that 2023, first two games he missed out. So I think a lot of things have happened in last 2-3 years as far as his, the thumb fracture in Australia. So you keep on thinking of these things, and you are getting all of these kind of innings in your mind that, there he missed one, and now again he missed a brilliant century yesterday. But the most important thing is the kind of confidence he has given us. There was one part of people saying in the media that, Ahmedabad mein run aate hain, pata wicket pe hi run aate hain. And then you watch this innings and you say that, is there anything difficult than this also, when you're seeing a Virat and Rohit departing early, and then you already know that what happened in the T20 series, and after that to continue from there with your vice captain Shreyas Iyer, and then leaving it for the lower middle order, knowing that how it was not good from your lower middle order in that in that T20I series, and Akshar was the part of that. Washi was also part of that. So I think it gives them a hell lot of confidence, Tisha.
But when you speak of Washi, we have to talk about the bowling part as well. Still batting the naked, you can't say, and especially because it's Washi versus Kuldeep.
Yes.
So Kuldeep, it was not going to give you those 50 runs. That's for sure with the bat.
Sure,
But also the truth is, maybe he would have given you 25 runs less with the ball. So where do you see how can okay if you
just a second.
yeah
Yeah, I'm
no
sorry,
no
really
no
sorry.
yeah
Yeah, let's stand here.
yeah
Ajo,
that's
idhar.
right.
Yeah.
So when you talk about when it's Washi versus Kuldeep,
Hmm.
how do you want to go about Washi's bowling? If you're Gautam Gambhir or Shubman Gill, how will you utilize that part? Because
So
he was flat yesterday,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's a call you have to take around whether you are confident enough that you can take those couple of wickets and
Right.
less that 25 to 30 runs, or you are confident enough that you can score those 30-40 runs, and then there is someone who can bowl. Definitely he can bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, the most important thing is that Washi always been considered as a T20 bowler, and that
Correct.
too with the new ball also. He can bowl in the power play. I remember that Nidhas Trophy. It was Rohit Sharma captaining that particular series. Virat took rest in that particular one. It was a triangular series, and then the way Rohit used him with the new ball, it
Yeah.
was 7-8 wickets. He was the man of the
Yeah.
series in that Nidhas Trophy. So from there onwards, that was pretty clear that Washington Sundar with the new ball, even with the new ball in T20 cricket, because before him it was only Ravi Chandran Ashwin.
Yeah.
What MS did with this Ravi Chandran Ashwin, giving him ball against Chris Gale and picking his wickets. That's quite new at that point of time for people like us who can see at that point of time that spinners are even bowling with the new ball. But then Washi and if you see his evolution in last means what 6 to 8 years, you will definitely see this, that in longer formats people want to see him consistently performing with the ball also. And
Yeah.
similar thing happened with Akshar also.
Yeah.
If you look out for Akshar Patel in foreign conditions and you see that how many wickets he has given you, there won't be much matches when you see Akshar Patel with that white ball in outside India. Means he was with the bat, he was again damn good.
Yeah.
And similar thing with Washi also. So I think for me, it is about that this team trusts Washington Sundar, the batter, and with Kuldeep Yadav, they know that yes, he can pick up 2 wickets. But I think at this point of time, they are much assured about that Washi will score those runs, and then
Correct.
he can give us, that particular over.
So they're
And
basically
then
preferring the batting, you're saying, over the
no, but it's not the long-term plan. As soon as
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya will comes in,
Yeah.
you can add a Kuldeep
Correct.
Yadav and
Correct.
take out a Washington
Correct.
Sundar there.
Correct.
So till that time, Washi have to prove the bowler Washington Sundar is. He was carrying the bat. I would have happy, if he'd taken bat on one hand and ball
Ball
on
on the other
and
hand.
told someone to take my back.
That
Yeah.
could have been one thing.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of questions, a lot of viewers have joined later. So before we close the show, can you give an entire breakthrough of Gill update, Gurnur update, and
Sure.
then the whole departure?
Sure. So Shubman Gill there's nothing to worry about Shubman Gill as far as that hammy was concerned. It was not a tear or any kind of serious kind of a thing. It was just cramps because it was hot yesterday at one part of time, and then obviously it went really well as far as the game and the weather is concerned. Gurnur also, he again, there were a couple of sessions with the physio. It was a smaller bit of session, but again, as I said, that it's not it's not over less than 15 or 16 or 18, that quite pleasant as far as the weather is concerned. So even a 26 or a 28 is very hard here. Yes, if you're seeing it from India, most of you are. So in India, we say that 35, 38 doesn't bother us. But here, if it's 26, 28, it will definitely give you a hard time. So for me, I think both of them are really, good at this point of time. Boryada asked his sources yesterday. It was pretty clear from them also. Nothing serious with Shubman Gill. They already left from here in Birmingham. And again, when he was going out from the hotel, it was looking again really good. He was confident. And that similar kind of Shubman Gill we all have seen. Same thing with Gurnur Brar. Now, as I said, that we have our luggages.
We have our luggages right here, so we are also leaving.
We will be also off to Cardiff now from here. She's been there, I think, a month ago, maybe in that later month.
Right.
Yes, and now we'll all go to that particular ground. I don't have any memories from Cardiff. I don't know why, but yeah.
You have been to Cardiff before?
No, I haven't been to Cardiff.
For me, the memories are, I was sitting in Cardiff, and the first practice session that I saw in Cardiff was actually Australia's practice session. And the way Perry was batting, I had messaged. So there's a women's cricket group that Snehashri Shorjani and I are part of.
Okay.
So I had texted to them that this is going to be Perry's World Cup, and I was not I was not wrong,
Yeah.
because there was a point when she was practicing, she was hitting every ball so hard
Yeah.
and around the ground that people who were taking catches or doing something else, the Australian, rest
Team.
of the players,
Yeah.
they stopped everything and they were watching her.
Oh,
They were like, wow.
yes.
And that showed her form. So I think she carried it on. It's one thing to play like that in the nets,
For sure. And
but
then execute the same in the
exactly,
catch.
and she did that throughout the World Cup. Australia has won the World Cup. The Test match happened, and now I'm back to men's cricket and to Cardiff.
How many times you have already told this that Australia won the World Cup with a heavy heart?
Yes, because
So,
it's very sad. Somebody is saying please take questions.
yeah.
Okay, let's take a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Um, just give me.
So we have
one
already
sec.
displayed the visuals as far as Team India's
Yes.
departure from here is concerned. We will try to give you the visuals as far as Cardiff is concerned. And yes, the coverage will be, from Cardiff from here onwards. And then we'll be off to Lords, where we all know that could be the could be the
Okay,
last.
the
Yeah.
question is SPD Tiwari. When I asked question previously to this woman journalist,
Yeah.
she said she's women's cricket journalist. Why she is here to comment on men's cricket now? Tell her to no need to comment on men's cricket. I don't mind, but the only thing is the difference is
Don't give the shuffle tosses.
yeah, I mean, don't tell me that I have ever told you that I am a women's cricket journalist. No, I had said this show is about women's cricket. And when the show is about women's cricket, don't disrespect women's cricket by coming and asking about men's cricket. So, okay, you have asked the same question. I thought there are thousands of comments. It's the same question.
It's a
Which is,
spam.
yeah. Ripon Ghosh, new ODI World Cup, T20 World Cup rules announced?
I don't know about that. Means yes, there is a meeting going on in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
The ICC Cricketing Council is there, and there are multiple things on the halt at this point of time. But I'm not sure that have they already announced something new for the T20 World Cup as far as the rules are concerned, or maybe a 50-over World Cup also. But if there is any, we'll give you the details. You can check out the Ref Sports website, the global website. You can check out our X handle. If it's a breaking news and if it's coming from directly from there, it will definitely be there in our X handle or our Instagram
Yeah.
handle. So do follow that also if you want any kind of instant updates. For the detailed coverage, yes, there is our website also, and there is this page also where you are at this point of time.
Astha Starlight, hello Trishadi, just came here to say hi. When are we getting our live discussion on the test? Let Snehashish reach. He's the poor guy. He
He's in
missed his
Dubai.
flight. Yeah, and he did not miss it because of his own fault. It was the flight's fault.
Yeah.
So he's still traveling. He has left on the 4th.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is a 14th. He left on the 14th. He has still not reached Kolkata. Let him reach home, then we'll do a live for sure. Okay, so somebody just asked, wait. SG Genius is saying Vashi will make runs once in 10 matches. Kuldeep is way out of form.
No, I don't think he's way out of form, and I also don't agree on that Washi will score runs in 10 means one innings in 10 games. No, that's not the case, because in recent time, if you see, add a IPL to it, and then you see the consistency of Washington Sundar. There's one Glenn Phillips there in GT side. There was one Kumar Kushagra there. All have been given chances. Sideways to Washi also, and ahead of Washi also. But the way Washi contributed almost 350 runs, a strike rate of 150 or around, and when he's given the time for the very first time as a number 4 or number 5 for GT, I think it's not bad. Scoring 330, having a good strike rate of 150. Your top batters are carrying a 150 strike rate, apart from the exceptions like a Vaibhav Suryavanshi who's carrying 237,
230,
Abhishek Sharma carrying 200 plus. Most of your Indian batters are going with a 160, 170 or maybe 170 to 180 strike rate. In that period, in that phase, if anyone is striking with a 150 strike rate, who's a bowling all-rounder at this point of time? People know him as a bowling all-rounder rather than a batting one, because I know RCB has given him chance at number 3. Tamil Nadu is open for Tamil Nadu also. So he is a proper batter. He hit Pat Cummins for 6 in that Gaba innings. Manchester, he scored the 100 last time we were here. Hobart, he gave you a match single-handedly. So there are multiple innings when you see, and these are in last 1 or 1.5 years. I'm not talking about 8 years ago or 7 years ago, because as I given the example in in the earlier part of the video that he was with Indian cricket since that Nidhas.
Yeah.
And Nidhas happened, I think, in 2018, if I'm not wrong. So from 2018 to now, we are standing in 2026. So it's a 8-year career of Washington Sundar.
Correct.
But I'm not giving you examples from 8 years ago. I'm just giving you examples around last 1.5 year. With whatever opportunities he got. Yes, Trisha was very right that the bowler Washington Sundar needs to chip in, and he needs to keep on taking those wickets. Otherwise, it will be really difficult to always compare the batter, because you have already a Shivam Dube as a batting all-rounder. You have Akshar Patel who's doing the similar kind of things. As I said earlier, that you forgot about these 4 wickets, and then came with a stat that this is what he's doing as far as the bowler Akshar Patel is concerned. It will be difficult for you to find the bowler Akshar Patel winning India games. So that's my real problem, is that if Washi is doing the same thing with the bat, Akshar is doing with the bat only, and Shivam is also doing. Rather, Shivam did well with the ball yesterday.
Yes.
So, and in last couple of games, in the T20 cricket, he did the same also. So, bowler Shivam Dube coming really good, but you cannot have 3 all-rounders, and almost all of them are having this similar kind of utility, that they can bat really well, but with ball, you don't know that which Akshar Patel will turn up, or which Washington Sundar, or which Shivam Dube.
And with Akshar, I think there is one thing that he's not going to give away a lot of runs, but he's not giving you wickets either.
Yes.
And unfortunately, wickets do matter. Somebody has written that Rahul Dravid scored his first international 100 in Cardiff.
Okay.
And Virat Kohli's only ODI 100 in England is in Cardiff in 2011. That's what Rohan Yole has written. I mean, that's fantastic. We are not aware of that stats, to be honest. But Rohit, a lot of people, the questions that I saw, there are last 2 questions. One is on the playing 11, if you're seeing any changes.
I don't
the
think.
thing is, should India bat first or ball first? We haven't even seen the pitch.
Yeah, so I think it will be better. Like in hindsight, I asked this to Harry Brook yesterday also. That do you think that I'm asking in this hindsight? But do you think that winning the toss and
you should have batted first?
You should have batted first, because what happened is when they have already batted first.
You should
have
bowl first. Yeah.
Because there was some kind of a movement from off the deck also. So when it comes down to using those kind of conditions, I think they have also bowlers. You talk about Atkinson, you talk about Tung, you talk about Archer. They have those kind of bowlers also who can utilize those conditions really well. So if they have those kind of wickets, they should have trusted more on their bowlers. But what he told me that we thought that we could have easily scored a 320 there. So not able to score 320 is where actually they lost the plot. So I think for me, I think in England, and as you rightly said, that the Cardiff is also a little bit of a spongy bounce kind of a wicket. So better you let them bat first and then because in these kind of conditions, when you don't know anything about the wicket, and it's not a proper venue also where you can say that यहाँ तो हम हर 2-4 matches खेलते ही हैं, हर बार हर 2 साल में एक match खेलते हैं. It's not like Oval or Lords or Manchester or Birmingham, where you know what kind of a conditions you will get, or where you have a lot of data around you with the hundreds and other international team playing there. So in those kind of wickets, let them bat first and let them, and you see that how the wicket is behaving. That's what happened yesterday also.
Correct.
When you see Indian team batting, they know that what to expect from this wicket, and that's how Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill played that kind of innings, and later Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar.
Absolutely. Now, both Rohit and I have to get on a bus. Otherwise, we will never reach Cardiff. The team will. The match will happen, but we won't. But we'll be back. The shows will be on. We'll be back. And today is an important FIFA World Cup match.
Oh, most important. Especially if you are living in this country.
Yes,
we are changing our country, but we'll be in Wales.
Exactly. We are changing the country, but the truth is, when we come back in London, will we see a sad London, or we will see an overexcited London? Depends on tonight's game.
What will be our clock for 19th? If England wins.
Exactly.
It will start in the morning and end, I don't know when.
Yeah, so true. But it'll be all fun. But what actually happens, we'll get to know. We'll come back with football, cricket, and the Commonwealth Games is beginning in what? Today is 15, 16.
Like maybe in next 10 days?
Yes, in next 10 days. Update on Gill's fitness is that he is fit and fine and is already halfway to Cardiff on the team bus. We will now go and catch our bus. You guys take care, or you can also catch as many buses as you want. Thank you so much, but be back. Till then, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.